Everybody, nice to see you again. Today I'm gonna try to do a new format where I'm just talking to the camera like this. There's no script, there's no nothing. And I'm gonna try to do this daily. So every day you can expect one of these kind of videos. I don't know how long it's gonna be. Today I'm about to go to work, as you can see. My hair's still wet. If I can do this today, then I can do this any day, because this is my, a car just drove by. We're off to a great start. This is my fastest commute day. I have to go to work at 9:30. It's 8 right now, so I got to go in like 15 minutes. So I'm just gonna do a quick recording. But I've been meaning to make more videos for a while, and this is also my backdrop. It's very nice, right? This is just my room. It's not really a backdrop, but I figured it could be a nice backdrop maybe. A lot of One Piece stuff, some of my army stuff. You get these little things from they're like gacha capsules from machines. You just put in some yen, twist it, and you get something out of it. And I've gotten pretty lucky on these so far. But I choose my battles wisely because I don't just put my money in any one of them. Thought about doing some of these outside now that I have this cool microphone. And I also have 2 microphones, so I can do recordings with like another person or like an interview with someone or something like that. So I'll do that in the future too. But today's topic, all right, and I'm also gonna try to have like a gimmick every episode. So like something will be different every time I'm on camera. I don't know what it'll be. Today I'm like about to go to work, so I guess that's my gimmick. But today I mainly want to talk about the biggest issue I've been having in Japan. Not every video is gonna be negative, but you know, using something to vent would be nice, because that's kind of what I've been lacking lately, is an ability to vent to someone, to people. Because the thing I'm going to talk about is closeness of people, like not having deep, meaningful relationships with people. That's been my biggest issue here in Japan. So when I came here, at the time I had a girlfriend and also had a best friend. Things happened and those people are not in my lives anymore. And then of course I have my family, but you know, it's over distance. I have a lot of friends over distance that I can talk to, but of course it's not the same as like face-to-face interaction. And in terms of face-to-face interaction, I've got friends here too that I've made over the course of, it's been 5 months now. This is my fifth month here. But the problem is I barely see them, for one. Like I see my closest friend so far, which is Reese. He's from Australia. He's pretty cool. I see him like once a month. So that really sucks. Like that's not the kind of like, that's not what I was hoping for. Maybe this is just what adult life is like. College was a little bit different. You could kind of see someone once a week, every other week, like maybe multiple times in a week. Because like you're kind of on your own schedule, even though you have classes, you can just kind of do your work when you want to. Things are a little bit more flexible. But when you got to wake up at like 9:30 a.m. or well, before that, you have to get to work by 9:30 a.m. and you get off really late. It's kind of hard to like make things work, and everyone's got different schedules. And the closest thing to this is actually the Army. When I was in the Army, it was also well, I'm not getting paid salary now, but most people are getting paid salary here in Japan. And my job in the Army was salary, of course. So I didn't really have many friends back then either, but it was mainly because I didn't really fit in with the crowd. But eventually I did make friends, but that's not really the point. The point is back then in the Army is the same issue as now. Like we just don't have much time. We're working overtime a lot. We're constantly, like our lives are work. And I think that's a problem with Japan, is like everyone's life is work. That's all they do. That's their whole personality. Like, oh, work sucks, or let's go get drinks after work or whatever. Like, I mean, I get it. Like that's cool every once in a while, but like if that's your life every day, it's just like sad. And like, I'm lucky to be in a position that I am, to where I don't have to like truly like slave over a job. I technically could not work, but I'm still in debt. I'm still like in a position where I know it would be really good for me to make some income. So, well, it'd always be good to make some income, but what I mean is there's still plenty of reason to work right now. And I want to hang out with my coworkers a lot more, and I can't because most of them are just busy. They're working. They have their own lives. You know, some of them are married or have girlfriends or whatever. So it's tough. It's really tough to find like time to have like a real deep conversation. And every once in a while I go out with drinks with them, or we have like group hangouts or something, and those are really fun. They're not quite my cup of tea because like I'd prefer not to drink, and I'd also prefer not to stay out too late. At the same time, like I kind of just have to do what I have to do to like be with the people I want to be with. And they're all really good people. I don't know. It's just tough. And I'm making it seem kind of normal, like everything's fine. But, you know, on the inside, things have been really hard. Like some days are harder than others. I'm just starting my day, so you can't really see any emotion on me. But there are plenty of days where this is tough. And I mean, yesterday, for example, was really tough. I wanted to film this video yesterday, but I didn't get around to it. So today, I made a huge effort to do it before work so that when I get home, I can edit the video and upload it. So you'll see this like, I don't know when you'll see this. I mean, who knows with time and space and time zones and stuff. But yeah, I just want to say like it's really tough to be an adult when it comes to having meaningful relationships with people. I've always had this problem in my life, and I think everyone will have this problem in their life about finding the right people to be around. But the reason why it's bothering me so much is because in Japan, with losing so many relationships and being in a position where like the culture and the language barrier is so big, I've been alone, and I've been in some lonely chapters of my life, but this is easily the loneliest I've ever been, for sure, because everything is up to me, like completely. There's no system in place to save me. There's no school I'm going to. There's no classes I'm going to. I'm not like forced to be around people like I was in the army. There's nothing. I could quit my job right now if I want to. Never leave my house if I want to. Like, there is nothing. Like, literally no one would come for me if I just stayed in my home. You know what I mean? Like, not many people even know where I live, but I really doubt that to be like, I don't know. Maybe eventually, yeah, but that's just kind of how it feels, you know? Like, you're alone in this world, very, very alone. Because Japanese people don't really like strike up conversations randomly. They're not the most like talkative people. And that's really hard for me because like believe it or not, I am shy. Like I really try to get myself out there and do my best, but I'm really scared to speak Japanese randomly to people. And I've got some trauma with that in terms of some other stories I might go into later, but I got to get over that, and I got to just do it, like, because that's one of the things that's holding me back in terms of learning Japanese. I've been watching some videos of like polyglots. If you don't know what polyglots are, they're people who speak like a crap ton of languages, and they just say like, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it in the wrong order. Like you're learning grammar and all these structures before you just get better at speaking and more comfortable at speaking. And that makes sense. Throughout my whole Japanese journey, I have not really done the speaking part as much, and that's what's holding me back for sure. I've noticed that for a while, so I'm gonna like put some effort into just forcing myself to go out and speak. I don't know what that looks like yet. I thought about maybe going to bars and not really drinking, but just trying to talk to people. Other than that, I haven't found many other ideas. I'm still looking for some Japanese classes and things like that. But most of my time right now is going into the marathon next month. So far, it's not looking great. My time's gonna be pretty shit, but on the day of the marathon, there's like a huge buff of like, if I manage my stamina right, like I could definitely push myself pretty far, but I don't want to rely on that, you know, because that could be kind of damaging. I could get hurt. So the training matters, and I'm trying to train as much as I can. Yeah, in summary, it's tough. It's tough to make friends. It's tough to like have deep conversations with people, and that's what I want the most right now. I've realized that the closeness, like relationships, having relationships with people, going out, like having fun, like just being with people is actually the most important thing to me right now. Maybe always, I don't know, but that's definitely one of the like top 3 things for me. So I really want to get better at doing that. I'm gonna try to do my best to do my part on that, and hopefully I can find some great people and make some great relationships along the way.